Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Drop-In Morning Show with the Teach Better team, where we are live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Whew, I have not been on the show for a week, and we're changing up because Katie Miglin is here. We want to discuss so many things. I don't know how we're going to fit it all in. So please go grab your coffee, share this feed so we can continue to reach more and more educators to join this incredible Teach Better community. And we'll be right back to kick off your Monday. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, May 2nd, which I cannot even believe. It is already May, and I'm so excited to be here on Daily Drop-In. Katie, we were together last week, and neither of us were a part of Daily Drop-In. It feels like we haven't been a part of the show in like 15 years.
I know. I haven't been on in a really long time.
So crazy.
I have a 3-year-old trying to say good morning. Yeah, I know. You haven't been on here. Do you even know what you're doing this morning?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I need to reassess all the buttons I need to click. I feel like I need to review the order of the show. I mean, Dave Schmittou took over all last week while you and I were traveling, and it does truly feel like riding a bike again. Like, I hope it comes back, but I'm not feeling so confident so far. Good morning, Elijah. Good to see you. Glad that he has his coffee ready, he says. That's the first step in getting your day ready, is having some coffee.
Yes. Are you a person that gets ready and then has coffee, or you have coffee and then get ready?
Oh, that's a very tough question, because I'm in Central Time Zone, which I know you know, so it's 6 a.m. my time. So I feel like I truly get ready and wake up during the show every morning, because I'm sitting here legitimately drinking my first cup of coffee. But I think that's how I do it, because I guess when I'm in the classroom, I would get ready and then drink my coffee in the morning, on my way to work. Is that weird to get dressed first?
No, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I don't usually.
So do you drink coffee and then get dressed?
It depends on what I have going. Like, if I'm gonna work out, then no. I'll work out and start getting ready and then drink coffee later. But no, if I'm because a lot of times I wake up and I get a cup of coffee and get my laptop and I'll go back to bed and work for a little bit before I start my day. I know I'm very strange.
Wait, that's very strange. And good morning in the comments to Adam and Holly. It's good to see you all. We'd love for you guys to let us know, coffee or getting dressed, getting ready first. It's like the chicken or the egg, I guess, in some regard. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. If I woke up, got a cup of coffee, got my laptop, and got back into bed, you would never see me get my day started. That would be, I would sit there until noon and be like, don't make me get up, because I would have everything I need at that point. I don't want to move.
Right. So the difference is I have 2 kids who come in. And so what I know, when they come in, day has to officially start.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So you have a dual alarm clock. You have your alarm clock that gets you up, and then you have the kid alarm clock that forces you to get up.
Yes.
I guess that's fair. I think on the weekends, it's definitely coffee, and then eventually I decide to actually do something with my life. Mm-hmm. Every single morning, though, on a weekday, it's get dressed, get ready for the day, and then drink my coffee. I will be drinking coffee until about 2:00 today, because I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love coffee. You love coffee too. I've worked with you for years. You have that big coffee that you fill up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's funny because I've gotten smaller cups, but it's just more of them.
Right.
It's not, the quantity hasn't changed. It's just a smaller amount.
Well, that's I have a coffee maker, which I know I've talked about on the show, but I do a espresso rather than a cup of coffee. And I have to get small cups, because otherwise I'll fill this up and I'll just sit here and jitter the whole show, because you really can't have more than 2 of these. So I don't know.
No, I don't want to see you if you've had more than 2
No,
cups.
it's too much excitement. Yeah. In the comments, Holly says, coffee
Mhm.
first. Okay. It makes me nervous if you're not getting dressed, if you're going back to bed sipping coffee, that makes me nervous. Getting ready since I don't drink coffee. Okay, Adam, you
That
win.
makes sense.
Yeah, Adam wins. And then I'm usually dressed before coffee. Yeah, Elijah, I think that that's the way to go. Good call.
I guess, like, Holly, we don't know that she's going back to bed. Maybe she's, like, sitting downstairs reading the paper or looking outside. I don't know.
I think there's an element of coffee that wakes me up, but there's an element of getting dressed that wakes me up. And so if you don't
Mhm.
have both together, I just think I'll end up snoozing through all alarms. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
So, Katie, we spent all week together last week. It's Monday now, and can you believe it's already May? Good morning, everybody. Happy, happy May, I guess, at this point. Is that crazy that it's May?
It is crazy, and Ray, I don't know if you remember this, but we were in weather that was really nice and warm, and where we're at now, not the same. It doesn't even feel remotely close to May. It feels like, I don't know, mid-February, maybe?
So truly, so you and I are both in Illinois, a
Yep.
Midwest area, and it's cold. Like it's chilly.
Mhm.
I don't have my heat on right now, and it's like 60 in my house, which means it's like 50 or 40s outside.
Yeah.
So not thrilled about that. I put on a sweater because I was like jittering as I was getting up this morning for the show. But we were in Palm Springs, and what do you think the average temperature was the week that we were there for that education conference? Like 90s, 80s?
Oh, yeah. I would say 90.
Yeah. So it did feel like we had this dose of summer and then came back to reality. That was a little bit of a reality check.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I woke up, I felt like at a normal time out there, like I was, I was up raring ready to go. But yet this morning still felt really challenging. Like when my alarm went off, I was like, I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it today.
So here's my recommendation. Everyone needs to find their way to the bar conference that we were at last week. Everyone needs to go at some point next year to get their dose of sunshine. But then again, they said they did the conference prior in Minnesota. That would not have been good weather. I think we just got lucky with this Palm Springs thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think Minnesota would have been the same. But
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, it's still a new location. So maybe we would have still felt good about life.
So I had never been to Palm Springs. I had actually never been to California before. I know you and I were kind of discussing how this was new for both of us.
Mhm.
Shout out to the Bar Center, which is an incredible nonprofit. They will be at the Teach Better conference. So excited for you all to meet that crew. They've been a part of 12 Hour Live. We've had a few of their staff members a part of Daily Drop In over the last year. So they're doing wonderful things. It was so fun to be able to be one of their speakers at this event in that keynote spot that we were able to share on mastery learning. But more importantly, we got to like throw stress balls at people and just goof
Mhm.
off with this incredible community. And to be honest, I feel like it got me more excited for the Teach Better conference than I expected because it
Mhm.
really was a fun atmosphere. So I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts were, but it was a really good time.
Yeah, I expected it to feel like a conference, and it was. It was awesome in so many ways, but there was this element of like we did get to kind of goof off and just like talk to people. And not that I didn't expect it, it wasn't even on my radar to like literally have 3 days of just talking to people, getting to know people. And so, yeah, it was super fun. Weather was great. The bar whole community is so like kind and passionate about education. And so, yeah, it definitely like as we were like leaving, obviously we were kind of like, meh, we're leaving, but it was like, oh, but we get to do this again in a couple months. And I think that is what got me excited too.
Well, but that's funny you say that because you're right. Like the element of goofing off added a completely different feel to
Mhm.
a very formal, data supported education conference. Like they do serious work. I mean, the whole bar center. We won't go into the work that they do. You guys should go look them up. But it really is a rigorous program. This wasn't just
Mhm.
a fluffy event.
No.
They had incredible speakers,
Mhm.
a ton of educators that work in policy. I mean, there was really, really good work being done.
Yeah.
And yet we were developing inside jokes the first first day we got there. There was just really like happy, cheery educators that want to carry that Teach Better mindset. And I think that the Teach Better conference in October is going to be very similar, where you walk in on Thursday, the first networking event, and instantaneously you're going to meet somebody new, develop inside jokes, and just be goofing off the whole time, even though there'll be really good things being shared and discussed throughout the conference as well. So I had a good vibe. I was a fan.
You know, it kind of reminds me of just like an average school day. Like you have your work friends that you get to goof off with, and you have some downtime, good food, whatever. But there are these like moments of like your focus and you're thinking about your school, your classroom, your environment, and how you can be better for students. And so I did think that balance, they had it spot on. And I am really excited to see like that vibe in October. So
okay, can we talk about the wind? We have to talk about this. I know that we're getting into the show. We're running behind. Good morning, Brad Hughes in the comments. I'm so glad, Brad, you're here, although we're already off track. Elijah's comment says, like, did we have wind? Because he's saying that New Mexico in the spring is nothing but wind. Tell us a little bit, Katie. Did we have any wind?
Yes, we did. And we had sand that was blowing with the wind, which us being Midwesterners, we were kind of geeking out. And I mean, honestly, Ray, I'm in some ways so glad it was like you and I, because I could say ridiculous things that made me sound very dumb. And like I have lived in Illinois my whole life, but it was so like, why is there sand being blown across the road? What is this pelting our car? Like it was so funny because it was so not what we're used to. But yes, the wind, and it was like it was like kind of cold wind.
Yeah.
Like I think we're used to humidity, so even in the summer when it's humid, it feels like a bajillion degrees. Even though the thermometer might say like 60 or whatever. No, it was like, oh, this is what like 60 actually feels like. I don't know. There were many times Ray and I were like, are we in a different world? I think so.
Okay, we have to talk about this though, because you and I had this incredible experience at the conference, and then we were given like essentially 5 hours to like goof off wherever we wanted. It was Thursday night. For those of you that were following us on Instagram and Twitter, you probably saw epic shenanigans that we were kind of exploring. Essentially, Jeff Gargas handed you the keys and was like, go do whatever you want. Make sure not to break the car. He really emphasized that. For some reason, I don't know why you and I would break the car. And we had to make our way back eventually, was his goal. And our mindset was, well, let's just Google things that are around because we don't know where we are, and drive and see what we find. And we ended up in the desert, shocker, because we were in Palm Springs. So we were very close. And let's just say we like started the trip with like windows down, sunroof open, cruising. And then we quickly closed up all the windows and had ridiculous dialogue. I was like, oh, so instead of grass, they have sand. And you were like, interesting. Yes. Like we had really good, insightful conversations. Yeah. We also found really strange hiking paths. That was new.
Essentially, I think your description is 100% accurate. We knew we had a short period of time, and all of the things people had recommended to us were just far enough that it felt like we didn't know that we'd want to go. Like Joshua Tree was an hour, and we're like, we can't justify being in the car for 2 hours. There were some other things that people recommended. So we just went to Google, and we basically were the biggest tourists ever. And we met some fabulous people and made some ridiculous choices. But in the end, I think we came out on top, literally and figuratively.
We did climb a mountain, and my favorite video that I have of our incredible experience, Katie, was we were walking into this, I don't know how to describe where we were. We were in Dr. Seuss Whoville, essentially is what we were walking into. I would describe it as a desert forest. I don't even know if that is a thing that you can describe. And we were walking in, and I have this beautiful video of us like walking into this incredible space that looked like we were on a different planet. And in the background, you're going, hey, look, a rattlesnake sign. And I was like, get me out of here.
Yes, in case you guys weren't sure, Ray Hughart is very terrified of rattlesnakes.
Who's not terrified of rattlesnakes? In the comments, I want to see you. Come on. Who sees a rattlesnake sign as a Midwestern girl and doesn't go, we should probably turn around? Bad idea. Bad idea.
There's not many moments where I see Ray Hughart terrified, and I saw her terrified, and it was made my day for sure. It was
Here's the thing, friends, it's Monday morning, and I want you to constantly think, or just like identify one thing. What's one sign that you're like, yeah, if I see that as a warning, I'm not going any further? Like, what is it? Is it like, there's so many scary things in the world. Rattlesnakes is on the list. Like, it just is.
I don't know. I honestly don't think I get super worked up about things because I sometimes will say, I mean, that's going to make a really good story in the news. Like, two Midwestern girls get attacked by a rattlesnake while at a teaching conference. Like, that would be a pretty sweet headline. So,
yeah, if you got to see it because you lived through it. If you died, you wouldn't be able to see the news story.
Well, there is that. Man, there are some like people in the comments dropping some serious things. Adam would be the fastest man alive.
Lori says she hates snakes. Thank you,
Yep.
Lori. I knew that we were friends. There we go. Mm-hmm. What is this? Elijah says, my brother once killed a rattlesnake with his ball cap. He's insane. And then Brad says a scorpion. Yeah, that's just like a rattlesnake. Like, they bite and they're mean and they live in the desert. I don't know.
Okay.
I
would run behind you. I wouldn't be like, bye, Ray, have fun, Chase, like running away from this. I'd like go with you. I just probably wouldn't be screaming as loud. I don't know. We'll see.
That should be the bell ringer for every student body today that like is a little bit older. So like maybe not first grade, but like, or maybe like find a way to ask your students what warning sign would cause you to turn around. I really believe that my new answer is, well, rattlesnakes. That's my plan. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't mind snakes. Like, I'm not like Adam in the comments is like, snakes, oh my gosh, I'd run away. Like, I agree, snakes are gross and creepy and whatever. It's not all snakes. I don't mind like a garden snake. We're talking about a rattlesnake. No way.
I just love that you're having the same conversation with me as you did on the trail. You guys, this is literally exactly how our conversation went, where I said, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. And she justified it for 10 more minutes of our walk as to why rattlesnakes are the scariest things ever. So I'm just glad that now we have an audience that gets to witness it because it brought a lot of joy to my life.
You know what, friends, we're behind in the show. And at this point, I don't care because I hope you all develop good warning signs in life to live a long, happy life, not getting bit by rattlesnakes. That if that's all you take away from this morning show, so be it. So be it. It's fine.
Okay.
Because it's May. So
we have like good news or I don't know, holidays. We have other things I think we're supposed to do.
Well, I do know first and foremost, I'm super behind because I should have asked you what you're grateful for. I'm not even going to allow you to answer. I'm saying I'm grateful for rattlesnakes. That's what I'm writing down in our Happy Feet app.
That's fine. I mean, I don't think you're actually grateful for them, but that's fine.
Maybe I'm appreciative of warning signs for dangerous.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Neil Gupta in the comments said it's Teacher Appreciation Week.
It is. We get to talk all about that today. I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about your experience at Teacher Appreciation Week while I document this in our app.
Well, I am super, super blessed because in our district, we get kind of spoiled and we have a great PTO that gets us all kinds of stuff. I remember last year just coming home every day. I felt like I was like just on top of the world and loved. And so we got our email last night of all the things. It sounds like we have coffee and breakfast every day, lunch a couple days. Like it's just, I'm really excited about it. And honestly, it fuels me enough to like move it forward. Like I have 2 daughters, as you guys know. And so I get excited about it. So then I want to spread that joy to others. So last night we were putting together little gifts for their teachers. And so, yeah, it's just a fun. And I think it like really honestly gets people excited to kind of coast into the end of the year. So that's my experience with it. I hope other people get to at least have even a day of that where they just feel like super loved and appreciated.
Well, not only by their school district, by their community, but here at the Teach Better community, we're doing a ton for Teacher Appreciation Week. So for those of you who are interested, we were going to mention this later in the show, but we'll do it now just in case you're popping in and you don't stick with us the whole time. If you guys all make a point this week, if you're an educator, you need to go to teachbetter.com/appreciation, and you're going to be able to see that we're giving away 22 items for 2022. And I'm a little biased, but I think they're really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of like things that are relatively predictable on the list. We're giving away, education books. We're giving away free PD. We're giving away a few tickets to the Teach Better conference. Like there's some education related items. I'm really excited because we also grabbed a ton of ridiculous, awesome teacher items for the classroom that I don't know how to explain this, but it's like the stuff you'd never buy for yourself.
Exactly.
Stuff you really want. And it's hard to spend the money on these types of items for your own classroom. But when it's a free gift, you would totally be excited to accept it. So I'm really excited for all of you to go see that list of 22 items.
Yeah. So register, right? There's a website. You need to go register, get your name in there so that you can win one of those amazing prizes. I mean, I'm super excited for people.
You only need to sign up once. Feel free to check as many of the items that you want to win. Choose all that you'd be willing to accept, which in my opinion, just check all 22. Yeah. And then we'll be announcing the winners for that later this week. So make sure you get that done. That form is again at teachbetter.com/appreciation. We'll be sending emails out so you have access to those and everything in between. So we're really excited. If you're on our email list, you'll be seeing all the featured items. I really love all the life-size yard games. There's like life-size Jenga, life-size Connect 4. I'm so excited for the goofy items that are there.
No, I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun to spoil some people. I have to say, right, this is kind of a goofy story, but last year we had to fill out this form at a staff meeting mid-April, and it was if you could ask for anything this year to make your year better, what would it be? And last year was tough, virtual learning. At that point, I think we were still hybrid. So people were putting in ridiculous things like bottle of wine, a vacation, a hotel room, whatever. And all I put in breakable paper towels because at the time we had one big roll and we had to clean desks, right? It sounds ridiculous, but I was like, that is something that would legit make my day a little easier, is to be able to tear a paper towel and just clean the desks. So sure enough, the president of our parent association walks in on one of the days and she's like, hey, I have a gift for you. And I'm like, it's this big box. I'm like, what? I was like, what is happening? Sure enough, it was rippable paper towels. And I just remember thinking oh my gosh, this is so great. She's like, yeah, I couldn't get people's vacations they requested, but I could get you paper towels. I'm like, this is so awesome. So, even the little things can make a big difference on someone's week.
I love the little things. I can't believe that you requested perforated paper towels as a gift, but I totally get it because with COVID, having to clean everything constantly, I completely understand, but there's totally some humor in that. Let me tell you, we're hoping to celebrate educators a little bit more this week than just the paper towels, but hey, if that's all you need, sign me up.
Right. Sometimes the littlest things make kind of a big difference.
Well, happy Teacher Appreciation Week for all of our Teach Better community. We'll be right back with some good news. Please make sure you go register for your gifts. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Drop-In Morning Show. As we just mentioned, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and there is a lot to be excited about just in general for our fun conversations this week as we kick off May. So as you continue to celebrate the incredible educators in our community by heading to teachbetter.com/appreciation in hopes that you win one of the 22 items for 2022, we also just want to send you a really big appreciation message that we love and you being a part of our community here. Katie, we have some good news today, including some holidays, in addition to Teacher Appreciation Week. So you ready to celebrate?
Always.
First thing is that it's National Brothers and Sisters Day, which is different than Siblings Day. So I don't know, shout out to brothers and sisters out there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So our two sisters.
Yeah, I mean, it says National Brothers and Sisters Day, so celebrating our siblings, I assume.
All right. Well, cheers to our sisters.
Why not? It's also, I don't know if this is a real holiday. This is early May bank holiday. It says put off your banking chores and spend the day relaxing in this early May bank holiday. But typically for a bank holiday, there's no school, but there's school today. So I don't know who's celebrating early May bank holiday, but happy early May bank holiday.
Okay, I think that might be made up, but we'll go with it.
It kind of sounds made up. Just as an FYI, if you're in the US, banks are open today. I don't know what to tell you. It's also International Harry Potter Day. This I know someone's going to be excited about.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So go celebrate all the things with Harry Potter. It's
Mhm.
also a Melanoma Monday. So please make sure you are taking care of your body and being safe, especially with skin cancer awareness. It's also National Life Insurance Day, a little bit more serious as we get into those, but maybe switching up a bit. It is National Truffle Day. Are you a truffle fan?
I can be.
Why not, right?
Right.
The maybe most important holiday that was featured all over this website, which I don't know that I feel the need to celebrate, but I mean, holy moly, this was a big emphasis. It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson's birthday today. It's his 50th birthday. So, hey, I'm
50.
50.
Am I nuts to think that I thought he was a little older?
You thought he was older? I just always feel like he has never aged.
I just feel like he's been around forever, so I guess that's why. But like maybe he like I don't know. Does anyone know in the comments? Can someone drop when did he actually like start becoming famous? Was he like in his 20s?
No,
It just seems like
he was a professional wrestler, it says here, and then he started doing films. It says he was born in 1972.
well, that would explain his birthday today, but thank you for clarifying. I'm saying like what did he become like a big name when?
Hold
Because
on,
that
I can find it for you. I'm sure it's in this article. Oh, he joined the 1996, joined the World Wrestling Federation of something or another.
okay, so he was like youngish.
Here's the deal. He's a good-looking gentleman
Mm-hmm.
who has done a lot of movies I enjoy because I like the Tooth Fairy movie he was in, and
Big one in our house. Yep.
Jumanji was good, stuff like that.
Oh, I haven't seen the new one.
My thing is this to me is a dose of reality that like age is relative because 50 he's like a great looking guy, he's super young at 50, whereas if you would have asked me when I was a child, 50 sounded old, and now I'm like, oh yeah, 50, and you thought he was older. I mean, I guess that's
Well,
fair.
not because of his looks. Like I think he looks young, just because I feel like he's been a name that I've heard like
Correct.
forever.
Yeah.
So
But it's the same with my parents. Like my mother has a birthday coming up here in just a few days, which obviously we'll celebrate as a world holiday. But like she's still in my mind like one of the youngest, most attractive, wonderful women in the planet. And I'm like, oh, but you're getting up there. That number just keeps ticking, huh? Like but she doesn't age. Like I don't know what's with all of you. Why are none of you aging? What's the problem?
you know it like age is a weird thing.
No.
Like I see students, like I literally just saw a student yesterday at church and she had like 2 kids. And in my head, I was like, you're only in high school. How is that a thing? And I was like, oh yeah, I've been teaching for a really long time. Like
No.
it makes sense that you have like a family and you're a functioning adult.
No.
But I think that means that we're getting older. I'm not okay with that.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm getting older, guys. I just think I'm going to stick. I've been lying about my age for so many years that I just am finally reaching the age that I used to lie to tell people I was. Like when I was like 25, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like 34. I'm like 38. Like I'm just trying to get up there. Just
The
saying.
thing is, I'm laughing because it's 100% true. And I've been with you when you've said your age. I'm like, no, you're not.
But Dwayne The Rock Johnson celebrating his 50th birthday. I wonder if he's been lying and telling people that he's been 50 for a long time.
Or maybe he's telling everyone today he's only 40.
I'm just saying, if I look like that when I'm 50, I'm gonna be pretty happy. I'm just saying. Okay, good news story. There's plenty of good news stories. I don't know that this counted as a good news story, but I just knew I was going to be live with Katie Miglin this morning, and so I needed to get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Bringing this to students, I think, would be an interesting discussion, but I still am not sure this is actually classified as good news. Here's the deal. It says Sci-fi selfie. Social media giant creates selfie camera that flies around your head. So it's essentially a drone. Teacher to teacher, guys, it looks like a fidget spinner is what it looks like, truly.
Okay.
You know, okay,
Like
so I
little.
know we've all had too much experience with fidget spinners. It looks like a fidget spinner that like flies. It looks like a drone, and it can take pictures of you and your friends at a distance to get the perfect selfie. It only costs $230, and it does everything from floating, orbiting, and anything else you're looking for to get that perfect shot. It was released just last Thursday by an American company that is actually affiliated with Snapchat. Go figure. And this pocket-size free-flying sidekick will get the perfect photo for any young kid. It doesn't say kid, but it's like making fun of the younger ages that love selfies. So, any thoughts?
So like, okay, I want to clarify. Does it like attach to your phone and then?
It honestly, it looks like a fidget spinner. I guess you like would take it out of your pocket.
Okay,
and,
so
like,
you just have it.
I don't know, and it would just you would like have it with you. It's an accessory. You know what I mean?
I just really appreciate the sound effects. It's helping this conversation.
Come on, you know that it has like the little motors in it. It's like, you know what I
And
mean?
it's just taking pictures.
Yeah, it snaps pictures on your phone to get the perfect selfie.
I guess I don't want to carry anything around.
It looks teeny tiny. It looks like a fidget spinner. Like, I don't know if it would attach to the back of your phone or you'd put it in your pocket. Like here, this is, okay, so I'm not going to show the video, but there's like this video. It looks like that. It truly looks like those fidget spinners. Like, I'm losing my mind. It looks just like.
No, it totally does. I'm just trying to decide, like, I don't like carrying stuff. So like that's one more thing to keep on you. But I guess if your like selfie game is really strong, this could up it.
I can't believe your issue is carrying it. Not the fact that we're all going to have drones taking photos of us, but your issue is carrying it. It's like it's smaller than most women's wallets. Like, what if it was magnetic and it was just like, it's stuck to your phone? It would be so easy to carry of all things.
I guess I don't. Yeah, no, I'm still hung up on that. I don't have to take it with me because here's the thing. I have something that takes selfies and I don't use it to take selfies anyway. So I don't need another device.
I can't believe this is what you're focusing on because I have so much anxiety. The stress in my chest is so real that we're going to be walking around our school hallways and you're going to hear with selfies being taken. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that doesn't bother me because when I see a kid like trying to take a selfie, which phones are not allowed in our school from 8:45 to 3:45 school day, they're supposed to be put away. So when I see a kid have their phone, my reaction isn't to tell them to put it away, is I jump in the picture. So if there's drones, it'll just make my job that much easier because I'll be able to like take pictures with so many more people. Because I'm like, if you're gonna have your phone out, then the consequence is you have my face now. I don't know. It's
like a photo bomb. That's interesting. I think you photo bombing a selfie would be really entertaining.
Well, so that's why it doesn't stress me out that there's drones. I can understand how other people would be very upset by that.
I'm just saying this is a new release, and we gave you the hard-hitting news first, friends, here on the Daily Drop-In Morning Show. Right. I can't wait for all of you to tell us that you found a drone flying around taking selfies to get that perfect angle. Mm-hmm. I just want to see one. I'm very nervous that these are going to be a thing, so we'll find out.
Yeah. Although $200 for like, I don't know, like a middle school, that's kind of a lot.
Oh no, it's a ton. Like, I don't know.
I mean, they have other things that are expensive that I think are expensive, but we'll see.
Here's the thing. We should have spun this. We actually need these for the Teach Better conference because we'll be taking so many photos of virtual friends that we're finally meeting in real life. I think we should call up this company and be like, hey, do you want to sponsor the Teach Better conference?
Chad, if you're here, go ahead and reach out to that company. Come on.
Oh my gosh. We'll be right back for brainstorming, friends. We are running behind. We appreciate you being here. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I cannot say that in a full sentence. Oh my gosh. We'll be right back. All right, friends. So much discussion so far. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Drop-In Morning Show. We have a ton going on this week, a lot to celebrate. One of the most important things that Teacher Appreciation Week, which is our theme all week long, is sharing all the fun of teacher appreciation that we can, reminisce of great stories and be able to celebrate our incredible community of educators here. Katie, I know that you know this, but our Brainstorm Bank is a very special time in the show every single day where we get to kind of pause, reach out to our community and say, hey, friends, do you need anything? We're always here to brainstorm with you, whether you are brainstorming how to get the perfect selfie, how to celebrate educators during Teacher Appreciation Week, or something that might actually be important in your classroom that we should probably be discussing on the show. But we are here, so feel free to use the comments. Katie, I know we kind of touched on Teacher Appreciation Week earlier, but when you think of Teacher Appreciation Week, something that you referred to as like being showered with gifts was something that like came to mind. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say not just gifts, but even just like a little email from a parent is, I feel like, makes a big difference. I don't know. I'm very into like the small things. I don't necessarily need like this giant gift card or gift, which those are amazing. Don't get me wrong. But, sometimes just getting a quick email or sending out to somebody to say, hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for a great year. I kind of lump like end of the year and teacher appreciation together because there's a lot of, where we're at, a lot of schools end in the same month. Now we do still have several weeks, but it just feels like, hey, you made it to May and it's been an awesome year. And thanks for everything you've done. I think that's really what this week is about.
I appreciate that reminder because I know that obviously everyone in our community will be heading to teachbetter.com/appreciation to sign up to win one of the 22 gifts that we're giving away for 2022. But I think it's so valuable to remind each other in education that while we should be sharing appreciation for educators internally in our group, there's also things we can do to build somebody else up as they celebrate. I think this week for a lot of educators, it's like, oh, it's about me. We're celebrating me. But how can we actually like extend that feel good feeling? I love the suggestion of an email, right? Thinking about your educators in your life that are maybe teaching children that you have or somebody that you've worked with that you just really appreciate. I mean, a simple note can mean a ton.
Yeah, our principal, who I know you know, Ray, he's very big on our culture, and he really every week encourages us to reach out and send some kind of shout out to somebody. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not super great at it. It's sometimes the last of my priorities, but one of the things I think I really like is that his idea is that you appreciate people, but take the time to acknowledge it. And I know Liv has spoken on this multiple times. So it doesn't have to just be like this week. It can be any time that if there's something that you're grateful for, or someone is doing something that you're like, wow, that person really makes a difference in my life, in our students' life, in my own children's life. Like, just let them know. It doesn't take anything to send just a quick little message, whether it's a text or an email. So I think that can be something that everyone can do.
Yeah, it's interesting as we were brainstorming what we wanted to do for Teacher Appreciation Week, we were really focused on like how can we find like really expensive items to shower educators with gifts and feeling of appreciation by providing them something physical. And I think it's a wonderful reminder that while physical gifts are obviously very well appreciated, there's so many other ways that don't actually have a cost affiliated with it that we can get involved in sharing our appreciation. I love a good note. And you're right. Shout out to Olivia Chan, who's a part of the Teach Better team. She does so much for our blog department, but she is so intentional about all year sharing her appreciation for people in her life. And it's such a wonderful reminder that we have the power to do that at any time. But maybe this week we'll have that extra like boost of encouragement to say, no, but really send that moment of appreciation, send that email, write that Post-it note and leave it on a teacher's desk, or pick up the phone, heaven forbid, and leave a voicemail. Holy moly, I don't know who checks their voicemail anymore, but I love a good voicemail.
Well, and it doesn't just have to be teachers. I kind of go from the mindset of how are they teaching anything? So that can be coaches, that can be counselors, that can be people, associated with like religious institutions. There's anyone that is teaching, and especially if you have your own children and there's, other teachers, anyone who fits that role, reach out to them, because there's so many people who do so many things that they don't have their day, they don't have their week. And so any way we can kind of spread that love, I think that is really what this week is about, is kind of just spreading that appreciation and just saying thank you to people.
It's interesting. You're going to get, if you are on the Teach Better Team email list, you're going to get a bunch of emails this week, all emphasizing how many people in our community truly value educators. We pulled quotes from past blog series or past interviews of educators just singing the praises of how powerful a teacher is in our students' lives. I just looked because I knew that our blog department was going to be up to good things. Just this morning, we published a new blog series that looks like it is 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 posts long. And it's called Treasure Our Teachers. It's a blog series that just was published at teachbetter.com/blog. And it looks like there were a number of different incredible bloggers that were sharing about not only their experience in education, but sharing their appreciation for educators. A few of these blogs, it says, what a difference a teacher makes, thanking a teacher, a lasting impact, remembering the great teachers. This says, thank you, teachers. An impact can transcend generations. I mean, there's some really good blogs here. So if you are interested in kind of reading some of those, that's over at teachbetter.com in our blog series. Would be really, really cool to go check.
I love that.
Yeah, it's such good. I'm excited all week. We have a lot going on this week to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week, not only with our 22 item giveaway for 2022, but really sharing those incredible stories of educators all week long. Should we get into kind of previewing the week and getting into good discussion? All right, this is the button I always press wrong. Upcoming this week. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. All right, friends, as we wrap up our daily drop-in conversation and give you that challenge to send a nice note or make that little effort to send a message to an educator to share your appreciation for them, we also have a ton in store for our show this morning and each morning all week that we are going to be appreciating teachers. So, Katie, we have a new guest all week long. As you already know, we do that every single week for Daily Drop-In, and there are some incredible ones. Tomorrow, we have Saba joining us. She is a dear, dear friend of many of us here in our Teach Better community, including Dr. Neil Gupta. She does a ton of content on Instagram, and we're so excited to welcome a new face into our community by having her join our crew. On Wednesday, and I don't know if you remember this, Katie, we have Taylor McCormick joining us, who was my student teacher from 105 years ago. Yeah. And I am so excited to interview a student teacher that I was able to work with that has been now in the field celebrating her own Teacher Appreciation Week. I literally could not tell you when she was my student teacher, except for that it was probably 110 years ago.
I was going to say, that name I had not heard in a long time.
Long time.
When I saw her on the lineup, I was like, I know her.
Yes. So I'm so excited to bring her into our Teach Better community and hear about her past, 100 years teaching. I'm so excited to hear how that goes. And I need to ask her when she graduated college, because it for sure wasn't anytime recently. That's all I'm saying. Within the past 5 years, I don't even think. I think it was more than that. So I'm excited to have her. We then on Thursday, May 5th, have Pamela Hall joining us. That will be another new face to our community. So lots of educators sharing their ideas and fun stories all week long. And then as fitting, obviously Friday will be Brad Hughes, because Brad Hughes makes the show so special. So very excited for this week's conversation.
Yeah, there's going to be, I like that we have new, familiar faces, new faces, old faces. Not literally old, but.
Well, I mean, we did talk about how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is 50, and we were debating if that was old. I really don't think it's old.
No, I don't think so at all.
No. I want to make sure that we kick off everyone's Monday with a challenge. So, Katie, before we head out, can you give us a teacher appreciation challenge, maybe related to the notes that we were talking about? What can we do today to kick off our Monday the right way?
Okay, so there's 5 days this week, like always. There's 5 days. Send one positive message a day to someone who fits the educator role. So try to be creative. It doesn't necessarily have to just be like someone who has the teacher title, but anyone who fits the role of an educator who teaches somebody else something, send them a quick note to say how much you appreciate them. That's my challenge.
I love that. And that is something that can take like 14 seconds
Exactly.
or 5 minutes, depending on how long you want your note to be. But that's a good challenge. One a day. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this.
Are you starting to think through who you might send yours to?
I know. I kind of feel like I have a lot of educators I might want to reach out to. This might be a little bit more of a commitment, but okay, at least 5. So at least I have like a starting point to go off. I do have a lot of teachers in my life I appreciate. Not only teachers that I was students of, but teachers that I get to work with day in, day out. So,
do you still remember your favorite teacher?
Ooh, favorite teacher is tricky, but yes, of course. I also have teachers that I wasn't so nice to as a student because I owe a thank you to because they had a huge impact in my life. So, lots of teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. I laugh because my students will do stuff and I'll look at them and I'll say, I did the same thing. Please stop.
Yep.
I know how to get away with that. No, you're not getting away with it here. I was not always the best student. So sorry to all the teachers that I gave a major headache to, because I'm sure that list is pretty long.
Well, I'm excited throughout the show. Over the course of the rest of the week, we'll be shouting out teachers that we appreciate. Make sure to use the comments to share some shout outs as well. And I think this will be a really good challenge, Katie, that everyone can write notes, at least 5 notes, 1 a day to share your appreciation. That's a very actionable challenge that won't take any financial investment. You don't have to spend any money. But will really help our Teacher Appreciation Week kick off the right way all week long. Katie, thanks for coming live with me. I know you're headed into a busy Monday.
Yeah, my student teacher's last day, which means I'm back to teaching. So you guys might want to check on me on Wednesday to make sure that I haven't, fallen asleep or something. I don't know.
We'll be sending you teacher appreciation notes, so you won't be able to.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's what I need. This is a good week to transition. So yeah, no, it's a busy week, but we're in May. So we can do this, you guys. We can do this.
Friends, happy Monday. Happy May 2nd. We will see you later this afternoon. We'll be live with our keynote speaker, Mickey Smith Jr. He is keynoting our Teach Better conference. We'll be live with him tonight. Is that right, Katie? You're going live with him? No, not tonight?
Nope.
No.
On Wednesday.
Oh, it's on Wednesday. So not today.
No, but you can just check out some of his footage out there tonight if you're needing a Mickey fix. But no, yeah, Wednesday.
Okay, guys. So you can spend all day getting excited for it and then stay excited for it on Tuesday and then keep being excited until Wednesday when you are live with him, Katie. See, I don't have my days all messed up. But we will see you tomorrow morning live for Daily Drop-In with our new fun face that we'll be able to bring in for Teacher Appreciation Week. All right. Bye, friends.